Callisto Protocol is a survival horror video game developed by Striking Distance Studios and published by Krafton. It opens on December 2, 2022 and is directed by Glenn Schofield, who helped create the Dead Space franchise. The game is available now for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, as well as Microsoft Windows. The game requires sufficient hardware configuration to run properly, especially on PC. Not everyone has the configuration to run games at full resolution and higher FPS. This is common in most PC games as they are very performance-oriented. Here we provide the steps to resolve the stuttering and delay issues of the Callisto Protocol. Unfortunately, some Callisto Protocol PC players face various issues like stuttering, lags, crashes, dropped frames, etc. while playing the game. Depending on compatibility factors, this can be a serious problem on some computers, so it's always better to fix the problem so you can at least play the game with respectable FPS numbers. Such problems can have various causes and can be solved by following this guide. Check the system requirements. Check the Callisto Protocol game system requirements below to make sure your computer is configured to meet the game's system requirements. Requires a 64-bit processor, an operating system, OS, Windows 10 11th, processor, Intel Core i5-8400 or AMD Ryzen 5 2600, memory, 8GB RAM, graphics, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or AMD Radeon RX 580, DirectX version 11, memory, 75GB available, recommended requirements, requires a 64-bit processor, an operating system, OS, Windows 10 11th, processor, Intel Core i7-8700 or AMD Ryzen 5 3600, memory, 16GB RAM, graphics, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 or AMD Radeon RX 5070, DirectX version 12, memory, 75GB available, fix, Callisto Protocol stuttering and severe lag. Fixing lag or frame drops in games is not easy as it depends on several factors such as computer hardware, game screen resolution, maximum FPS limits, conflicting third-party applications, etc. Therefore, we recommend that you try all the methods one by one until the problem is solved or reduced. Most of the time, changing graphics-related settings in game or keeping them low will solve multiple issues at once. This may include game screen resolution, game texture resolution, shadow resolution, maximum frame rate, number of characters displayed, or other visual effects that require more graphics or memory. So here are some things you can do to try to reduce lag or frame drops to some extent depending on the resolution and quality you're playing at. 1. Use boot options. Open your Steam client go to library right-click on Callisto Protocol. Select properties on the general tab you will find the start option. Enter the full screen equals startup option to force the engine to start in full screen mode. 2. Update your graphics card driver. Right-click on the Start menu to open the Quick Access menu. Click Device Manager in the list. Now double-click the Display Adapters category to expand the list. Then right-click on the name of the dedicated graphics card. Select Update Driver select Search for drivers automatically. Update will automatically download and install the latest version if available. Once done, be sure to restart your computer to reverse the effect. 3. Run the game as administrator. Be sure to run the game.exe file as administrator to avoid user account checks for permission issues. You should also run the Steam client as an administrator on your computer. To do this, right-click the Callisto Protocol exe shortcut file on your computer. Now select Properties click on Compatibility tab. Be sure to check the Run this program as an administrator checkbox to select it. Click Apply and select OK to save the changes. 4. Set high priority in Task Manager. Set the game's priority to a higher section using the Task Manager to tell Windows that the game is running normally. To do this, right-click the Start menu select Task Manager. Click the Processes tab right-click the Callisto Protocol game task. Select to set the priority to high. Close the Task Manager. Finally, run a Callisto Protocol game to test for issues. 5. Check integrity of game files. If you are having problems with your game files and they are somehow corrupted or missing, be sure to use this method to easily check the problem. To the following end, for Steam users, start Steam click Library. Right-click Callisto Protocol in the list of installed games. Now click on Properties go to Local Files. Click Check Integrity of Game Files. You have to wait for the process to complete. When you're done, just restart your computer. Epic Launcher. 6. Change GPU settings. Be sure to change your graphics card settings on your computer by following the steps below to check if the issue is resolved. NVIDIA. Open the NVIDIA control panel right-click on the desktop screen. Click NVIDIA control panel click Manage 3D settings. Select Program settings Callisto Protocol and add the game manually. Monitor technology G-Sync. Maximum number of pre-rendered images 2. Thread optimization, on. Power management, prioritizes maximum performance. Texture filtering, quality, performance. AMD, monitor technology, G-Sync, maximum number of pre-rendered images. 2. Thread optimization, on. Power management, prioritizes maximum performance. Texture filtering, quality, performance. 7. Disable full screen optimization. Full screen optimization and DPI settings are standard in Windows. You should try to disable it by doing the following. Find the Callisto Protocol game library, locate and right-click the Callisto Protocol.exe file. Select properties greater than, click the compatibility tab. Check the box Disable Full Screen Optimization. Now click the Change High Resolution Settings button. Check Ignore High DPI Scaling Behavior greater than, select Application from the drop-down menu. Click Apply and then OK to save the changes. 8. Update the Callisto Protocol. For security reasons, if you haven't updated your Callisto Protocol game in a while, be sure to follow the steps below to check for updates and install the latest patch. To do this, for Steam, open the Steam client greater than, go to Library greater than, click Callisto Protocol in the left pane. It automatically checks for available updates. If an update is available, be sure to click Update. The update may take some time to install greater than, be sure to close the Steam client after completion. Finally, restart your computer to apply the changes and then try running the game again. Epic Launcher. Open the Epic Launcher client greater than, go to Library greater than, find the Callisto Protocol in the left pane. In Callisto Protocol, you need to click on the icon with 3 dots. Make sure the Automatic Updates option is checked so that new updates are installed automatically. It automatically checks for available updates. If an update is available, be sure to click Update. Finally, restart your computer to apply the changes and then try running the game again. That's right, folks. We hope you found this guide helpful. For further questions, you can leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and support my channel.